Here's what they don't want you to realize. The entire flat earth versus globe earth debate is a trap. Not because one side is right and the other is wrong, but because both sides are operating from the same fundamentally flawed framework, a mechanical, physical worldview that treats reality as objective objects in space. And as long as you're debating what shape is the earth, you're eating the apple. You're apple-cased, trapped in projection thinking, measuring reflections as if they're objects, using mechanical metrics to describe electromagnetic phenomena. And here's the genius of the trap. They get you so focused on the shape that you never question the assumptions. You never step back and ask, wait, what if the entire premise, the Earth is a physical object with a measurable shape, is wrong? And today, I'm going to explain why the shape debate itself is designed to keep you trapped, why consensus means nothing when truth is esoteric, and why almost all flat earthers and all globe earthers are fundamentally missing the point. Before you can debate flat versus globe, you have to accept a whole range of assumptions, and this is where the trap begins. The first assumption is the physical objectivity. The Earth is a physical object out there that has a definite shape independent of observation. That reality is made of solid matter existing in empty space. Another assumption is the mechanical causation, that things move because of forces, gravity, inertia, momentum, that the universe operates like a machine with parts pulling and pushing on each other. Another assumption is measurable distances, that you can measure how far away things are, that the sun is 93 million miles away or 3,000 miles away or any distance, that distance itself is an objective property. Another assumption, universal perspective, that there's one objective reality that everyone is observing from different angles. That when you and I both look at the sun, we're seeing the same object from different positions. That's one of the biggest ones. Another assumption is the linear time and static space, that time flows forward uniformly and space is a fixed container where events happen. That's about 5 assumptions from what I call Apple-applied consciousness, using the Torus field projection as if it's base reality. And the thing is, both flat earthers and globe earthers accept these assumptions completely. They're just debating which shape fits these assumptions better, but they're both eating the apple. Globe earthers say, the Earth is a spinning ball orbiting the sun, held together by gravity, provable through triangulation and physics. They're using mechanical thinking. Physical objects, measurable distances, gravitational forces. It's Apple applied. And then on the other hand, some flat earthers say, the Earth is a stationary plane with sun and stars rotating above us on the firmament, proving through lack of curvature and direct observation that the Earth is flat. They're also using mechanical thinking. Physical objects, measurable distances, just different geometry, still Apple applied. Do you see the trap yet? I'll proceed. Both sides are arguing about the shape of the container while never questioning whether reality is a container at all. Both sides are measuring distances to the sun while never questioning whether distance to the sun is even a meaningful concept when the sun is a parabolic reflection to your personal meridian. Both sides are debating what's objectively true while never recognizing that reality is observer-dependent electromagnetic projection. You see, the debate itself keeps you locked in mechanical thinking. That's why it's endless. That's why neither side can prove their case definitively, because they're both using the wrong framework entirely. And I know that's a big thing I'm saying. A lot of people might object, but here's where it gets insidious. They use consensus against you. 99% of scientists agree that Earth is a globe. Are you smarter than all of them? Everyone knows Earth is round. You're just a conspiracy theorist. But here's what they're not telling you. Consensus means nothing when it comes to esoteric truth. Esoteric means hidden, inner, for the initiated, known to the few. If your beliefs align with popular narratives, you are far from the truth, by definition. Because truth that challenges the fundamental framework will never be popular. It will always be rejected by consensus, not because it's wrong, but because accepting it would require abandoning everything that you think you know. Copernicus was rejected by consensus. Galileo was rejected by consensus. Every paradigm shift in history was rejected by consensus until it wasn't. So when they gang up on you, thinking they have numbers on their side, understand that's sometimes confirmation you're close to something real. Truth is rarely found where everyone agrees. The trap is making you think consensus equals correctness. It doesn't. It equals comfort. It equals not having to question your fundamental assumptions. And they'll never understand what you're saying because their framework is built upon incorrect assumptions. And when you try to explain electromagnetic reality, observer-dependent projection, toroidal field mechanics, they try to place it on top of their mechanical framework, which includes their incorrect assumptions. So when they ask, okay, but how far away is the sun? Now they're asking a mechanical question about an electromagnetic phenomenon. It's like asking, what color is Tuesday? The question itself reveals that they don't understand the framework. So if they ask, show me the edge of the flat earth, now it doesn't make them dumb, but they're demanding physical proof of a geometric model when the actual truth is there is no edge because Earth isn't a physical object in space. It's an electromagnetic field with observer-dependent boundaries. So you can't take that and place it on top of a mechanical model. You know, if they ask you to prove that the Earth isn't spinning, they're asking you to disprove a mechanical model using mechanical metrics. But the truth isn't Earth isn't spinning, but the truth is spinning is the wrong category for description for electromagnetic field dynamics. So because of this is why the debate, it doesn't work. They're speaking two different languages. When there's a third language, they're speaking mechanical. You know, you're speaking electromagnetic, and they refuse to learn your language because learning it would mean admitting their entire worldview is wrong. So what will they do? They'll gang up on you. They'll mock you. They'll laugh at you. They'll demand you prove things using their framework, which is impossible because their framework is the problem. And they've really usually never even looked into it. They just make assumptions. And that's by design. The trap keeps working as long as they can keep you defending flat Earth or globe Earth instead of rejecting the shape question entirely. So what is the truth? Earth is an electromagnetic toroidal field system, not a physical object. The sun is directed energy from the Milky Way core, manifesting through capacitance at the tropics, reflecting parabolically to each observer's personal meridian. Reality is observer-dependent projection. Everyone has their own cardioid sun cycle centered on their meridian. There is no universal objective position of anything, and that's what makes it so difficult when we try to compare each other's angles. Distance is meaningless when you're measuring reflections. Shape is meaningless when you're describing fields. Spinning is meaningless when you're in an electromagnetic toroidal flow. You are consciousness observing projection through your personal electromagnetic geometry, not a body on a physical object looking at other physical objects. This is the truth that a lot of people can't comprehend because it requires that you abandon physical objectivity. And that's not an easy thing to abandon. You also have to abandon mechanical causation, measurable universal distances, objective shared reality, linear time and static space. It requires admitting that they've been eating the apple, eating the fruit of the poisonous tree. They've been apple-cased. They've been trapped in sin, inside the projection identified with mechanical framework. And most people, sadly, will never make that leap because the apple tastes good, the fruit tastes good, because mechanical thinking feels safe, because consensus feels like truth. So, I have a challenge to both globe earthers and flat earthers. Stop debating the shape. Stop arguing about measurements. Stop demanding the other side prove things using your framework. Instead, my challenge is to question the framework itself. Ask yourself, what if reality isn't physical objects at all? What if I'm measuring projections, not sources? What if my entire worldview is built on eating the fruit? The shape debate is a trap. The trap is designed to keep you mechanical, thinking that this is all real and physical. As long as you're arguing flat or round, you're not asking, why am I assuming it's an object at all? And that's exactly where they want you, trapped in the debate, never escaping the framework, eating the fruit, while arguing about which variety tastes better. The truth is esoteric, known to few. It won't be popular. It won't have consensus. It won't fit neatly into mechanical thinking. But the truth will set you free. And to stop debating the shape of your prison, first you must recognize you're in one. Dusty Truth signing out. Peace.